Mr. Gadhafi is everywhere in Tripoli. It's something most Libyans seem used to. The colonel has been celebrating 40 years of his revolution in tribute after tribute to himself. There is the young army officer who seized power in a coup and backed revolutionary and terrorist groups worldwide. There is Gadhafi the philosopher, author of the Islamo-socialist Third Universal Theory. At the many concerts celebrating his time in power, there are references to his efforts to foster Arab unity, attempts that failed, and references to his call for a united Africa.
I have also invited Gadhafi.
And to the backing he has received by no less a moral authority than Nobel laureate Nelson Mandela. But despite Libya's reformed approach to world affairs and the lure of its massive oil wealth, not everyone's ready to have Mr. Gadhafi take center stage. For one thing, he is an autocrat, whose claim of running a direct democracy is as empty as this building devoted to human rights. He has questionable taste in friends, among them Sudan's President Omar Hassan al-Bashir, wanted on charges of war crimes. And the past is by no means forgotten. The welcome home of convicted Lockerbie bomber Abdel Basset Ali al-Megrahi outraged many in the West. People flocked to his home to pay their respects, for as many in Libya are quick to point out, they've always considered Megrahi innocent of the crime. All the same, it's a sensitive issue, as his brother-in-law makes clear.
Okay, they didn't like to make this is the security instruction, unfortunately.
But according to the head of the government's Foreign Media Corporation, Abdul Majid al-Dorsi, Megrahi is a hero in a different way.
He volunteered to go and to save his country, the bitterness of the sanctions, which the Libyan people paid a very, very, very high price for.
The sanctions did take a toll, but in recent years, Tripoli paid reparations, renounced terror and weapons of mass destruction, acts that led to sanctions being lifted and the beginning of Libya's return to the fold. State media tries to keep things as they've been for 40 years, but the rest of the world is proving impossible to keep out. And at long last, some of the nation's oil wealth is beginning to be seen by at least some Libyans, like this shop owner.
To get better, you have to get along with the others. To be better, you have to understand the others. And to understand the others, you have to experience yourself and solve problems in a better way. And I think our country did a lot of good things in the past few years.
Those good things are becoming more apparent inside Libya. Mr. Gadhafi's UN reception will give a better idea about any improvement on the world stage. Elizabeth Arrott, VOA News, Tripoli.